Project work products. In this tutorial, we will see what are the project work products in Agile versus traditional development approach. So let's see what are the differences in the work products of Agile approach and traditional approach. So in Agile approach, there is a lightweight documentation. However, in traditional approaches, if you have worked, you would have seen that there is a massive list of documentation that is required. Right from the requirements phase, you have a long list of documents that define the requirement and how the software should be built. Till the end, in the test summary report and all the other reports and documentation, it was pretty massive documentation at each level of the traditional development approach, be it waterfall or V model. However, in Agile, it's lightweight documentation, and whenever it's required to do the documentation, it's done, and it's very concise and precise. So it only captures the key points and the things that are really required and not just for the sake of documenting something. So that's the biggest benefit of having an Agile approach, that the documentation should be lightweight, and it's really helpful and saves a lot of time when you have a concise and precise documentation instead of having excessive documentation. The second thing is document in Agile approach, you document only things that deliver the value to the customer. So if there is something which is not delivering any value at the end of the day, then you do not document unnecessary things in Agile approach. However, in traditional approach, there was everything that needs to be documented in relation to project, and it used to be a detailed documentation at each level of the development lifecycle. So these are the two of the key differences in the documentation approach of Agile as well as traditional development approach. Now let's see what are the key work products of Agile development. Now Agile project work product categories are mainly three. So you can categorize Agile project work products into three categories. First one is the business oriented work products, second one is development work products, and third one is test work products. Now let's see what all these categories are and what sort of documents lie in each of these categories. So business oriented work products describe the required system specification, so like requirement specification and how to use it. For example, user stories, epics, etc. So this is what a typical business oriented work product will be. User stories are the form to capture the requirement in Agile. So user story is one of the business oriented work product. And user stories evolve during the project as more information is present. Now at iteration planning time, a user story must define a feature small enough to be completed in the iteration. So user story is one of the business oriented work product, and it should define the feature which is small enough that can be captured that can be finished in the iteration. Now epic is a broader level of requirement which has multiple user stories below that, right? So epic is widely it has a large set of information which is then later divided into smaller user stories which will fit into the iteration to be completed within the iteration. So these are the business oriented work product in Agile approach. So epic and user stories form the business oriented work product. Now in development work product, there is a code, there is automated unit test, and any other technical documentation that is required. So all the code that is being developed in the iteration forms development work product, and any automated unit testing and any documentation that the developers are doing while they are doing the coding, Say for example, they are defining how the configuration setting should look like. They are creating a document to guide the deployment team how the deployment should be done and what are the configuration changes that need to be done in any of the servers or any of the configuration files. All those documents form the basis, or they are the development work product in Agile project. Now the third category of the work product is the test work product, wherein all the testing related documents like test strategy, test plan, manual and automated tests, test results, test summary reports, etc. They all come in the test work product category. So when the project starts, there is a high level strategy that is defined for the whole duration of the project, duration of the Agile project. It's not a massive piece of documentation as it used to be. It just captures, so this test strategy and test plan in Agile projects just capture the relevant information that is required for that particular project duration, and no other unnecessary information is captured in the strategy and plan. Then the manual and automated test. So because in Agile approach you have a lot of behavioral driven development approaches nowadays, so your test cases could be in the form of given when then format, which form the basis of your manual as well as automated testing. And similarly, any of the test results, test logs, test data, etc. also forms the test work product. So these are the key these are some three key areas or three main categories of Agile project work product. Now as we have seen, or we have been discussing, that in Agile you have minimal documentation as required. However, in some cases, if there is a regulatory requirement, and in some Agile projects, or you are testing a safety critical project or some government project which has the requirement to have the detailed documentation, then even if they are following the Agile approach, then in those cases there is more formalized approach of documentation that is taken, and the work product in those work product in those sort of Agile project will be a bit more to satisfy the regulatory and auditors requirement. So these are some of the key things to note and key things to remember for Agile project work product categories. Thank you.